And sitting on your shins, you're also welcome to sit on a prop, blanket, block, either knees together or slide something just under the hips with knees apart, elevating the hips, finding a nice tall spine. Let the eyelids flutter down or keep a sliver of light peeking through. And feeling any sensations that stand out to you in your body this morning, just noticing. Slide your palms over the thighs or the knees and relax your shoulders. Gently draw the base of your skull slightly back. Feel the heart lift. Send the crown of the head a little higher. And beginning to notice your breath. Just noticing, how are you breathing this morning? Is it a combination of nose and mouth? Just nose or mouth, observing your natural stance. And if it feels comfortable this morning, I invite you to breathe exclusively through the nose for a cooling ujjayi breath. All together, take a deep inhale, fill up. And deep exhale. Noticing, how did that feel in your body? And exclusively breathing through the nose, inhale, fill up. Exhaling, exhale through the nose, feeling the air constrict the back of the throat. Inhaling, send palms up overhead. Biggest inhale you've taken all morning. Reach up, reach for what you want. Then exhaling, palms together, draw hands to heart center, thumbs into the sternum. I invite you to set an intention for today's practice. And it can be further reflecting on something you want to call in, or perhaps being open to possibilities and playfully exploring those possibilities through movement, through options. Witnessing on the mat today how we can add on with possibility or take away as we need. Feel free to add on any interpretation or dedication of your practice, perhaps to an individual or a cause. Take a moment. Wrapping up our thoughts, inhale, send palms up overhead, reach up. And then exhale, gentle twist over to the right, flutter the eyelids open, left palm to right thigh, right fingertips tent up behind you. Gently draw the core towards the right, keeping left hip anchored, option to gaze over the back shoulder, moving through the core. And slowly send arms forward and up, twist back to center, reaching nice and high. Find that length, exhaling, twist over to the left, right palm, left thigh, left fingertips tent up behind you, option to gaze over that back shoulder. And slowly send arms up, twist back to center. Exhaling, plant the palms forward in front of you. Remove the prop from underneath you if you took one. Sliding palms forward, sink hips over the heels into child's pose, knees together, forehead comes down. Spread your fingers really wide here, wider than you think you need to. And notice here if the forehead comes down to the ground right away, or is there a little gap between you and the ground? Feeling the hips over the heels, elongation in the spine, head just below the heart. Notice any sensation in the shoulders. If there's discomfort, you might slide them slightly back or bring palms outside of your feet, palms face up to the sky. Witnessing your breath here. And slowly bring palms forward if they were by your feet, keeping the hips anchored and level. Head low to the ground. Walk your hands towards the right corner of your mat for a side body stretch here. We'll get moving, just warming up these sticky spots. Crawling the head, the belly over the thigh. Hands might come halfway down your mat. Relax your neck when you find your edge, really waking up that side body here. Nice and anchored. And slowly coming back to center, reach long. Make your way over to the left. Hands crawl to the left side of the mat, coming off the mat, maybe halfway down the mat, anchoring right hip back. Noticing how it wants to follow as we move. And each side might be very, very different here. Slowly making your way back to the top of the mat, reach long. Rolling forward into all fours, tabletop. Walk your hands under the shoulders, step your knees slightly apart. Find a neutral spine. Inhaling, drop the belly, look up for cow. Exhale, cat, press the ground away from you, chin to chest, around the back. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. A few more times just like this, or begin to add on your own interpretations, maybe moving the body side to side, little circles, micro bending in the elbows. Option to flip fingers towards the knees, maybe one hand and then the other, or both right away, finding a sway forward and back, or that continuous cat-cow motion. Intuitive movement here. And if there's any pain in your wrist, feel free to come up on a fist, taking weight and pressure out of the hands. Anytime we're on our hands this morning, this is a really nice option if you have wrist pain. And gently plant the palms down, spread the fingers wide once more. Neutral spine. Shift your weight into your left palm. Inhale, send right hand high, reach up. Then exhaling, thread the needle. Right arm swims under the left, right shoulder, right ear, come down, spider crawl the fingertips of the left hand to the top of your mat, press your hips back. If you want a little more here, send the left ball of the foot to the back of your mat, spike your heel up. Even more, send that left foot off of the mat, outside the left corner, dial the sole of the foot down to the ground. It might not seal completely to the ground, and that's a-okay. Deep inhale, deep exhale. One more breath. And gently guide your knee back to meet the other, keeping the distance between them, 2 fists if the leg was extended. If the arm's extended, slide the palm back by your fist. Press left palm into the ground. Inhale, right hand reaches high. And then exhale, lower right palm, even out your stance, little wiggle. Shift your weight into the right palm. Inhale, left hand reaches high. Exhale, thread the needle, left arm swims under the right, left ear and left shoulder come down to the ground. Same, different side. Send the right palm to the top of the mat if you did so on the last side. Option to send the right foot back, coming onto the ball of the foot, spike your heel high to the ceiling or sky, wherever you are right now. Even more, send that right foot a little further to the right, off of your mat, and the sole of the foot comes down, toes point out away from you or slightly towards the top of your mat. Deep inhale, deep exhale. And one more breath here. If the leg's extended, gently guide the knee back to meet the other. If the palm's extended, slide it back by your face. Press right palm into the ground. Inhale, left hand reaches high, reach up. Then exhale, lower left palm. Walk your hands forward on a Hattanasana puppy pose. Your hips are over your knees. Slide your hands far, far forward until you can't anymore. Melt your heart down to the mat. Forehead can come down. Maybe the chest comes completely down to the mat today. And even further, the chin can come down. So sliding forward as long as it feels good. This can be very intense in your shoulders. Blocks under your hands or under forearms can be a really nice option here. And breathe. 2 more breaths here. Last one. And slowly roll forward into Sphinx pose. So heart comes forward. You might slide a little bit back if you came off your mat. Roll shoulders back. Press through the tops of your feet. Heart forward, navel just above the ground. Gaze forward. Little back bend here. Strength and stillness. Strong spine. Proud heart. And then gently lower the head down, belly comes down, heart comes down, slide palms by your chest, roll shoulders back, elbows close into the body, press through the tops of the feet, big toes touching, squeeze inner thighs together. Inhale, press the head and the heart up, navel just above the ground, draw your elbows down. Elbows make a letter L, and slowly exhaling, lower down. Inhale, baby cobra, press up. Look up, go a little higher, inhaling. Stay through the exhale, lower the elbows down. Inhale even higher, look back. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, baby cobra, one more time, lift up, look back, find something on the ceiling you can trace. Your movement goes where your gaze goes. And slowly lower down. Bring your palms outside the top corners of your mat, tent up on fingertips as if there's little balls or a cupcake under your palm, something you don't want to squish. Inhale, lift the head and the heart. Exhale, left shoulder, left ear drop. Gaze right, shoulder dips. Inhale, center, lift the head and the heart. Exhale, drop right shoulder and right ear, gaze left. Inhale, lift the head and the heart. And exhale, left shoulder, left ear, gaze right. Inhale, lift head and the heart. Exhale, right shoulder, right ear, drop, gaze left. Inhale, center. And exhale, lower in the center. Draw palms back by your chest, elbows down, shoulders roll back, tuck your toes. Rolling over the toes, or pressing yourself up. You can roll forward if you want, lifting knees off the ground, or drop your knees. We'll press ourselves back into downward facing dog. So tucking toes, lift knees, or keep them grounded and moving through. Hips up and back, micro bend in the elbows. Downward facing dog. Walk your dog, bending into one knee and the other. Take a longer stance here than you think you need, or if you feel that your dog is really short, just send the feet a little further behind you or arms forward. Lots of length here. Let the heels melt down to the ground. Gaze towards your navel. Really press the ground away from you here. Inhale, lift your heels to center. And then exhale, drop your heels to the right, keeping shoulders level. Inhale, heels to center. And then exhale, drop your heels to the left. Shoulders stay level. Inhale, heels to center. And then exhale, deep bend in the knees, look forward. Inhale, straighten the legs, gaze to your navel, melt the heels to the ground. Inhale, look forward, tippy toe towards your wrist, taking as many tiny tippy toes as it takes to get the feet behind the hands. Press so much into the ground that it feels like you're gonna fly up or lift off. Once your feet are behind your hands, find ragdoll, deep bend in the knees, relax your neck. Feet can be 2 fist distance or even more apart. Hands to opposite elbows, gentle sway. And feeling the foundation in our feet, noticing the sway. We tend to lean into one edge of the foot or the other, just noticing where we shift our weight. Evening it out in our feet and coming to stillness. Bring palms to shins or thighs. Inhale, halfway lift, rising with a flat back. If you have a chair or a couch near you, you can also bring your hands forward, using the edge of that furniture to keep your back flat. And slowly lower down, forward fold. Root to rise, rise to standing, press through all sides of the feet, gently roll up one vertebrae at a time, let the head hang. Roll shoulders back, head comes up last, spread your fingers wide, palms face forward. Micro bend in the knees, squeeze your inner thighs, press palms up overhead, straighten the legs, palms touch. Exhale, cactus the arms, draw elbows down, lift the heart, maybe find a little back bend. Inhaling, reach up. Right palm to left wrist, pull up out of the waist, arc over to the right. 2 hips in one line here, deeper into our side bend. Inhale, reach up to center. Switch the grip, left palm to right wrist, pull up out of the waist, arc over over to the left. Inhaling, rising, release the grip, reach up. And then exhale, swan dive forward, hinge at the hips. Inhale, hands to shins or thighs. Then exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Plant palms low to the ground, step your right leg back, lower the right knee. Inhale, sweep arms forward and up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Squeeze your inner thighs here, testing your balance. Interlace fingers, press palms away from you. Inhale, press palms to sky. And then exhale, release, cactus to arms. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, open, twist to the right, left arm back. Draw the right hip back. Maybe gaze a little further over that back shoulder. Inhaling, sweep arms forward and up. And then exhale, open, twist to the right, left arm forward, right arm back. Inhale, sweep arms forward and up. And then exhale, fold over the front thigh, plant palms around the front foot, slide the left heel forward, flex toes towards your face. You can keep a deep bend or a micro bend in the leg. Inhale, send the crown of the head forward. And exhale, fold. It's okay to round your back. And just breathing, inhaling for length. Exhaling, fold a little deeper. And gently bend into that front knee. Interlace fingers over the front thigh. Send the front knee a little over the ankle. It's okay to have the knee past the ankle here. Waking up the psoas on the right side. You can bend back just a little bit. And slowly leaning forward, plant palms surrounding the front foot. Lift the back knee. Inhale, left hand reaches high. Draw your heart towards your thigh. And gently swim that left arm forward. Frame the front foot once more. Step the left leg back. Send the left leg high up into the sky. Bend into the right, left knee. You can bend into the right knee a little bit. Left knee to sky. Make some circles with your knee. Open up the hip. And then gently lower that left leg down. Bend into one knee and the other. Inhale, look forward, travel to the top of your mat. Step, hop, or float. And exhale, fold. Root to rise, rise to standing, roll up one vertebrae at a time. Once you're there, send palms up overhead. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, cactus the arms, draw elbows down, lift the heart, little back bend. Inhale, reach up. Right hand to left wrist, pull up out of the waist, arc over to the right. Option to step the left leg behind the right and bend into both knees. Inhale, straighten the legs, step to center, switch the grip, left palm, right wrist, pull up. Arcing over to the left, step right leg behind the left, bend into both knees, arcing even further. Inhale, straighten the legs, step back to center. And then exhale, swan dive forward, hinge at the hips, move slow and controlled here. Inhale, hands to shins or thighs, rise with a flat back. And exhale, fold. Plant palms firmly in the ground, step the left leg back, lower the left knee. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, sweep arms forward and up, press your hips forward. And then draw right hip in line with the left. Lower your hands to your hips just to check your alignment and to help with balance. If you feel comfortable, interlace your palms in front of you, press hands away. Little chest stretch, upper back stretch. Inhale, press up, hands reach to the ceiling, look up. And then exhale forward with the hands, gazing forward. Keep your left arm forward, send the right arm back. Option to look over the back shoulder. And breathe. Inhaling, sweep right arm forward and up. Exhale, open twist to the left, right arm forward, left arm back, draw the right hip back. Building a little bit of heat and strength. Inhale, sweep left arm forward and up, reach up. And exhaling, slowly fold over the front thigh, fingers frame the front foot, slide right heel forward, flex toes towards your face. And you can keep the back foot tucked or untucked here. Inhale, send the crown of the head towards your foot. And exhale, fold. Reaching with length and folding a little deeper. Slowly bend into the front knee, bring interlaced fingers up over the thigh, press into your thigh firmly here. It won't hurt you. Knee can track over the ankle. You can even find a little more length in the back leg if you like. Feeling that length in the psoas on the left side. And slowly frame the front foot with your hands, palms down, tuck your back toes, lift the back knee, inhale, right hand reaches high, draw your heart towards your thigh, look up. Slowly send that right palm down, framing the front foot, bring your right knee into your chest, right leg goes high, point to the sky. Bend into the right knee to sky, make some knee circles. Waking up that hip. And gently lower the right foot down to meet the left. Bending one knee at a time here. A little more movement in your dog, free movement. Inhaling, look forward, travel to the top of your mat. And exhale, fold. Inhale, hands to shins or thighs. And exhale, fold. Scoot your toes together, big toes touch, sliver between the heels, squeeze inner thighs together. Reach arms in front of you, sink your hips down. Interlace fingers, press palms away. Slowly rise to standing, squeezing inner thighs together. Reach up, look up. And then exhale, sink your hips down. Palms come forward. Sink a little deeper here. Heart leans back so you can press away and lean back. Imagine you're sliding down a wall. Look down, can you see all 10 toes? Can you lift all 10 toes? Lower them down. Inhale, straighten the legs, reach up, release the palms, and then exhale, swan dive forward slowly here. You might inhale on the way down as well. Inhale, hands to thighs or shins, then exhale, fold. Planting palms firmly in the ground, step right leg back and left leg back into a plank. Option to have knees down or knees lifted. Notice how the upper back, the shoulders don't change whether the knees are down or up. Holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down to your belly. Beautiful. Draw the shoulders back, elbows down. Inhale, baby cobra or up dog, your heart opener. And slowly lower back down to the belly. One more. Inhale, baby cobra or up dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Getting a little extra repetition in. Exploring those options. Pedal into your dog, one knee and then the other bends. Bring your feet close together. Micro bend in the elbows. And slowly roll the feet to the right so the feet will stack. And dip the hips down. Inhale, roll to center. Feet are stacked. Exhaling, drop heels to the left, bend into the knees. And coming back up to center. Step the feet in 2 to 4 inches forward, deep bend in the knees, sink hips back. Then same stack of the feet, roll the heels to the left, going a little deeper in this crunch here. Heels to center. Deep bend in the knees and roll over to the right. So heels are stacked, shoulders are level. And then back onto the balls of the feet in the center, let the heels melt down. Rolling forward into your plank, knees lifted or down. Send the heels to the left, stack your feet. And if the knees are down, you can keep the left shin down and send the leg to the side of the mat, or keep one leg a little further and staggered in front of the other. So coming into a side plank, inhale, send the right hand high, press your hips up. And holding, option to float a leg. You can always drop a knee or stagger the feet down on the ground. Lots of strength here. And gently send the right palm down, coming back to your plank, knees down or knees lifted, rolling over to the other side. So if you come to the other side right away, you might find the legs in a very different position or shape. Whatever helps you to feel your hips are level. Whatever you did on the last side, explore on this side, and maybe it's very different. Inhaling, press your hips up, find that strength. Float the leg, maybe find a tree. And slowly lower it down. Press back into downward facing dog. Option to take a vinyasa or skip it. No hurry. We'll take 3 deep breaths in our down dog. Deep bend in the knees, look forward, travel to the top of your mat, and exhale, fold. Draw big toes to touch, sliver between the heels. Reach arms forward, sink the hips down. And sink a little further down, little further down, little further down. Maybe forearms come around your shins. You can lift your heels here into a tiny ball pose, roll shoulders back. And then lower the heels, and to help you balance, interlace fingers, press palms away, then lower heels. Slowly leaning the weight forward, send hips high into the sky, hands to shins or thighs. And then exhale, drop your hips. You can wrap forearms around the shins, coming into your little ball, roll forward onto the balls of the feet, sink hips down. Inhaling, lower the heels. And rise to standing, palms together, reach up, squeeze inner thighs. Then exhale, sink into your chair, hands at heart center. Hips drop down, sits bones go straight down. Imagine that wall is behind you. Inhale, squeeze the inner thighs, reach to standing. You can reach up or keep arms forward. Exhale, sink into your chair. Inhale, reach up, straighten the legs. And then exhale, wing arms behind you, tip your weight forward, coming up onto the balls of the feet, divers. And lower the heels, reach up, squeeze inner thighs. Then exhale, swan dive forward. Step your right leg back and pivot all 10 toes to face the left side of your mat. Inhale, send the left hand high. Exhale, lower the hips down. Inhale, press hips up. Your left leg might come further down your mat, about halfway down. And lowering on your exhales. Press up when you're ready. Inhale, press up, reach overhead. And exhale, lower down. Inhale, press up. Pivot all 10 toes to face the top of your mat. And walk your back foot in slightly for pyramid pose. Your foot can come out very wide, or maybe you have a super long stance. It's okay to bend into the front knee. Hands can be on blocks here. And slowly lower your forehead towards your knee. Hands can even crawl past the heel, coming towards the back foot. Or palms might be in front of the front foot, feeling what's best in your shoulders and your body. Send that left hip a little higher by bending into the front knee. 2 hips in one line. And slowly plant your palms in front of your foot. Walk them forward. Come up onto the ball of the back foot. Send the left heel high. Point up. Stack the hip over the other. So left hip over the right. Point your knee to the sky. Let that knee fall even higher or more towards your right. Look under your right armpit. Maybe you see your foot. And slowly lower that left foot down to meet the right. And pedal out your dog. Inhaling, look forward. Travel to the top of your mat. And exhale, fold. Tiny ball, sink your hips down, wrap forearms around your shins, maybe bring weight onto the balls of the feet, look forward, option to press palms away from you. And then exhale, lower palms, heels lifted into a low diver. Walk hands a little forward for more balance. And then exhale, tiny ball, sink hips over the heels, floating heels. Hold your shins. And then slowly lower the heels, reach forward, palms press forward, straighten the legs, tip your weight forward, wing your arms back for divers. Lift the heels. And then exhale, swim arms up, sink hips down. Inhale, reach up, palms up overhead. Maybe find a little back bend. And then exhale, fold. Take your time on your way down. Plant your palms around the front feet or just in front. Step, lost my earbud here. Step your left leg back and alternate toes face the right. Inhale, reach right hand high. Exhale, lower the hips. Stay down as long as feels good in your body. And then inhale, press up. Find that length, press hips even higher. And then exhale, lower, evening out our hips here, lots of strength. Inhale, press up. And then exhaling to lower. 2 more, you've got it. Last one, press up. And exhale, lower. Send your hand up overhead, pivot all 10 toes to face the front of your mat. Walk your back foot slightly in and out to the left side of the mat, pyramid pose, other side. You can bend into the front knee or keep that leg straight. You can have a very short stance here or a very long stance, just depending on the length of your limbs and tightness in the body. Forehead towards your knee. Hands once more can be in front of the foot or behind the heel. And maybe practice straightening your leg with your forehead to your knee a few times. Bending into the knee to raise the glute, level the hip. And gently bringing palms in front of the foot. Send the right foot high, point the leg to the sky. Bend into the right knee, point knee to sky. Let the left heel melt to the ground, shoulders level. Find a few circles, maybe ankle circles. Look under your left armpit. See your foot there, give yourself a wave. And gently lower that right leg down. Bending into one knee and the other. Option to take a vinyasa, rolling forward into your plank. Knees down or knees lifted, lower down to the belly. Find your heart opener. We'll meet in downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Deep inhale, fill up. And deep exhale. Inhaling. And clearing exhale. Last breath of this posture, not of your life. And slowly send your right knee into your chest, roll forward. And then send that right foot up and back, point your toes. Exhaling, roll forward. Find an inhale and stay. Send your right knee to your right elbow. And draw your right knee towards your left elbow. Right knee to nose. And send the right leg up, point your toes. Lower the right foot down. Inhaling, left foot rises, point your toes. Knee into your chest. Holding. And draw the left knee outside the left elbow. Left knee to right elbow. Left knee to chest. And send left toes to the sky. Lower the left foot down. Slowly take those tiny tippy toes towards the top of your mat. Press hard into the ground. And sink your hips down, toes out, heels in, hips down, Malasana, hands at heart center. A block under the hips is a nice option here. If the ground feels really far away, this will help you to open the hips, but feel a little more grounded. So you get the same benefits of hip opening. And the lower your hips go to the ground, the more open your hips are. Inhaling, send the right hand down, left arm reaches to the sky. And drawing the hands back in the center. Left arm reaches down, right arm reaches high, look up. And slowly lower that right hand, hands meet once more. Right hand down, left arm reaches high. Maybe find a bind this time. Left arm swims around the low back, right hand finds the left, or maybe they go near each other. Keep the heart lifted, nice and proud. Releasing the bind, switching sides, left arm down, right arm high. And then lower the right palm towards the left hip. And left hand finds the right fingers near the hip crease, looking over the right shoulder. Lots of strength here. And slowly unravel, interlace fingers, press palms forward, sink your hips a little more. This will help you to lift your heart. Gently lower the palms down. Step your feet wide outside the top of your mat for a wide-legged forward fold at the top of your mat. Then slowly lower down with a flat back. Rock the weight into the balls of your feet. Step them as wide as feels good in your body so you keep legs straight. You can have a micro bend. Tipping the weight forward in the balls of the feet. Notice if the forehead is close to the ground. Walk your hands behind you. Feel the forehead come even closer to the ground. Feel that low back release. You might find little micromillimeters of movement in the fingers. Straighten the legs, lock out the knee. It's okay to lock your knee here. Maybe release tension from the shoulders. Finding a lot of strength here in the arms, drawing the heart forward and down. Low back release, hamstrings release. And gently bring hands in front of you for a halfway lift. Rise with the flat back. And then exhale, fold. Plant your left palm under your face. Inhale, right hand goes high, reach up. And then exhale, lower it down, switching sides. Right palm under your face. Inhale, left hand goes up, reach up. And then exhale, lower it down. We're gonna step the feet slowly into our mat. So pivot toes and then toes and heels until feet come behind your wrists. Find a nice forward fold here. You're welcome to stay here or scoot the feet even closer in together. Big toes touching, heels touching, and then slide fingers, palms under the heels, pinkies touching, fingers, thumbs, all touching. So thumbs are outside of the heel, fingers underneath the heel. Wrap your forearms behind your calves, roll weight forward into the toes, forehead comes towards the calves, maybe just below the knees, and slowly straighten your legs. Using the strength of your arms, pull your chest into your thighs and head down, lifting the hips, feel the legs straighten. Once more, it's okay to lock out the knee here. You might find your forehead into the shins, almost no light. And slowly remove one palm and then the other, planting palms. Step your right leg back, your left leg back. Option for vinyasa or skip it. Finding your heart opener. Then meeting in downward facing dog. Pedal out your dog. Inhaling, send the right heel high. And then exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, right heel high. Right knee to sky. And then exhale, fallen triangle, right leg kicks out to the side, swivel all 10 toes to face the left. Left arm reaches high, press hips up. You can float the right leg if you like, or maybe you capture it with your hand. And then gently lower left palm, draw right knee into your chest, right heel goes high. I'm gonna exhale, pigeon pose, hook right foot, outside left hand, lower right knee, outside right hand. Slide the left foot back, keeping pressure off of the knee. Option to stay upright. Or maybe you fold forward here. Look back at your back leg. Notice if the toes are pointing straight back or not. You want to point the toes straight back, keeping hips level and keeping pressure off the knee. Flex your toes, the right toes towards right knee. And if you're folding forward, you might come halfway down or all the way down. You can always put a block under your chest or your head. And if you're not using a block, hands can go long in front of you. Maybe a little more, you send the right arm forward, left arm under right arm. Lower the shoulder and the left ear down, looking right. Your body will look like a little plus sign or a crosshatch. And breathe, feel the hip release, slow burn. And whatever's coming up for you, notice if there's any gripping, holding. Can you let something go here? Keeping the jaw soft, the face soft. And slowly pressing yourself back up. Send the left heel towards your glute without your hand. And then reach left arm back, capture the left foot. Drawing heel close in towards your shoulder, towards your glute. Maybe the foot comes into your elbow crease this morning. Feeling that quad release. And slowly lower your foot. Without slingshotting, press palms firmly into the mat, tuck back toes, lift right knee into your chest. Send right knee high, make a few last circles, or just let your foot dangle. And then lower the right foot down. Pedal out the knees here, micro bend in the elbows. Inhaling, send left heel high. And then exhale, fall in triangle. Kick your foot out to the right, underneath the right arm. Pivot the toes to face the right. Inhale, right hand reaches high. Option to hover that left leg or maybe capture it with your hand, kick out. And then gently, right palm comes down. Spin the toes to face the top of your mat. Hook left foot outside right hand and lower left knee outside. Left hand slide right toes back, keeping pressure off the right knee. Palms can stay on the mat or maybe palm just above the left knee and one above the ankle, pressing yourself back a little bit. Option to stay upright or fold forward. So same, different side. Walking hands forward, melting the heart down. Maybe sending the right arm under the left. And right ear and right shoulder come down. Witnessing how we go even deeper than when we began with this neck and shoulder release. And observing the difference side to side in our hip release. Usually one hip is far more open than the other hip. And not getting attached to outcome. It's okay for each side to be very different. Letting this slow burn, slow release happen in its own time. And just being and breathing. And slowly press yourself up. Bend into the right knee, send the right heel towards right glute without using your hand. And then when you can't move your heel any further, reach the right hand back, capture the foot, or not, you can reach for it. It's actually a lot harder to get the heel closer to your glute without the help of your hand. And maybe the hand holds the foot. Maybe the foot comes into your elbow crease. Maybe that's not happening today. Not wanting to strain or force any shapes, just witness the stretch, feel the release in your quad. And release your foot without slingshotting. Plant palms into the ground, tuck the back toes, lift the right knee off the ground. And send the left leg up and back, bend into the knee. Little circles with the ankle. Exhale, lower that left foot down. Option to take one last vinyasa or meet in downward facing dog. You can roll into plank and straighten your legs back. And once you're in down dog, lower onto the knees. Bring hands outside the hips. So sitting on our heels. I'm going to interlace fingers above us. Release your index fingers and lean the weight forward. You can release all the fingers and just have thumbs crossed if that's more comfortable in your body. Then lowering your belly down to your thighs, let the fingers come down. Reach the arms forward and feel the length in your spine, hips over the heels, melt your forehead down to the ground. Really press forward with the hands, forehead stays down. Feel the shoulder blades opening and feel the hips, the low back release here. Little compression in the belly. And inhaling slowly, rise. See if you can keep palms together, arms with your head. And exhaling, lower the hands down. Come up onto the shin, step the knees about 2 fist distance apart, so the fists between the knees, palms behind the low back or at your sacrum. Press hips forward. And then slowly drop your head back. You might stay here. We're continuing press hips forward. Heart forward, hips forward. Leaning back. Maybe you lower one hand, left hand, the left heel, and then right hand to the right heel. Continuing to press hips forward. Big heart opener here. Keeping it breathable. And slowly come up one hand at a time. Lower your gaze to come forward. And then lower the hips down over the heels. Bring palms to your heels and chin into your chest. Roll forward. Forehead's going to come just above the knees or in front of the knees. Press hips up. Roll shoulders back. Little to no weight in your head here. If the knees are far away from the head, you can scoot one knee closer and then the other to your head. Really rolling forward here. Nice counter pose to our heart opener. Throat choked. Slowly lower the hips down. Sounded like a cartoon with my head like that. And then gently, we'll send the legs to the side. Bring legs in front of you. Reach arms forward and lower one vertebrae at a time to your back. A strand of pearls, neutral spine, long spine. Take a big morning stretch, reach arms long behind you, point your toes. And then draw forearms around your shins. Lower your shoulders down to the ground, hands at opposite elbows or forearms. Hips can lift up a little bit here, so you can bump your hips up to lower your shoulders down. And holding this posture one day with consistent posture practice, the low back, full back will be flat to the ground. Entire spine flat to the ground one day. Feel the hips drop, low back release, compression in the core. And gently bring peace fingers to big toes, let the knees fall into the armpits. Roll along the lumbar spine, side to side. Option to straighten one leg and then the other. I'm scooting just a little forward on my mat because there's something bumpy on my tile floor. So make any adjustments as you need. Option to straighten both legs, keeping them straight or bent, feeling the wide-legged forward fold on your back, feeling that low back to the ground. And gently shut your knees like a book. Stack right knee over the left knee, grab for your ankles, pull your knees into your chest. Wiggle your feet, find some ankle circles. And switch the stack of your knees. You might roll to one side more than the other, even yourself out. Pull your knees into your chest. And gently release. Lower the knees down. Bring palms outside of the heels, and you might scooch your heels close to the glutes or step them a little bit away. Notice if your low back can seal to the ground here. If low back does not seal to the ground, walk the heels a little further forward or a little bit back until you're able to seal the low back. Feeling low back flat to the ground. We'll keep our knees forward and toes forward, little to no weight in your neck. Inhale, press your hips up. Squeeze your inner thighs. And slowly on your exhale, lower down one vertebrae at a time. Tilt your pelvis forward and back, shining your pelvis forward like a Texas belt buckle. And second round, inhaling, press your hips up. Option to interlace fingers underneath you, tucking one shoulder under and then the other, press up even higher. And slowly lower it down. Let the knees fall out wide, left and right, windshield wiping the legs side to side. And when legs fall to the right, with the right knee down, the left leg up, you will scoot the left leg a little further off of the mat so the left knee falls to the center of your mat. Hook your right foot just above the left knee. Keep walking the left foot off to the side and feel the quad release, the psoas release. The right knee might come all the way down towards the center of your mat, or it might be hovering just above the mat. And this will vary on how tight your hips are, your quads are. Relaxing hands wherever feels nice to you. Just relaxing into it. And slowly, you can wiggle your foot, left foot towards your center of the mat or till it comes on the mat. And lower the right foot down, windshield wiper legs side to side. Left and right, left and right. Let knees fall towards the left. Wiggle the right foot towards right side of your mat. Right foot comes off the mat. Right knee comes down towards center of mat. Hook left foot just above right knee. Keep wiggling the right foot off your mat until you find an angle that feels good in your body. Your right knee might even be closer to the right side of your mat. Feel the quad release here. Feel it in the hip. And depending on the angle, it might change exactly where and how you're feeling this. Releasing the psoas. Using the resistance of your own body And slowly walking that right foot back towards the mat. Sole the foot heels to the mat, and you'll lower the left foot down. Windshield wiper knees left and right once more, side to side. And then let one hand rest on the heart and one on the belly, soles of the feet together, knees out wide. Let the eyes flutter or keep a sliver of light through, eyes heavy, soft. Feel the breath under the palms, rise and fall of the belly under one palm. And rise and fall of the chest under the other palm. I invite you to reflect upon what you are calling in at the beginning of our practice, or anything that's come up for you during practice. Visualizing what you're calling in, being held in the palm over your heart, connecting that thought to the heart space, flowing up the forearm, the upper arm, across the shoulders, down the other arm, into the palm, over the belly, over your core, your power center, like an energetic circuit, connecting the heartfelt thoughts we carry into our intuitive power center, each place having its own intuitive strengths. I say the gut is like the second brain in the body, trusting our gut instinct. And sometimes we think with our heart and not our head. So allowing our thoughts, the things we call in, to connect to these other places we hold intuition and feelings. Letting yourself ground, feel rooted and anchored into the earth, comfortable on the surface that you're on top of. Body heavy, energy soft, lighter and brighter with each breath. Feeling the blood flow and the breath flow. You're welcome to stay here resting. And if you'd rather, you're welcome to move to one side. You're ready to move on with your day. Rolling over with bent knees, using your arm as a pillow. Allow yourself to feel this energetic shift. Letting the weight feel heavy on one side. If you're truly ready to move on with your day, press yourself up with your hands without hurry. Coming upright to that comfortable seat we began in. Letting the sits bones anchor. Feeling any change or of sensation in the body, the mind, and the breath. Inhaling, send palms up overhead, reach up, reaching for what you want. Exhaling, pulling it into the heart space. I invite you once more to reflect on what you're calling in. And that might just be a feeling that's not put into words. Wrapping up our thought, thank you for sharing your practice with me, having a little playfulness, and showing up for yourselves. May this energy stay with you through your day. Together we bow. Namaste.